Hey all, it's Jason, and I'm gonna be honest, I look a little rough. Woke up early, I was working on the boat, still on the ballast, and then we took off for the lake, and then we had dinner. So I drank too much and been up way too much. And I still wanted to show you, because I'm super excited. I have never had working ballast gauges before. So I just wanted to show you the final effect. I showed the old ballast senders, the new senders, and I showed the gauges, but here's something I've never seen before in this boat. So I know you've never seen it before in this boat, and hopefully if you need it fixed, this video helps you, and or you can reach out and I'll give you the links and tell you where I got everything. So anywho, here are the 3 ballast gauges, again, that I've never seen before working. But today, the last one I put in was starboard, and I've never seen this actually work. So now I'll turn on empty, and we should see the starboard, this is your starboard side, go down. Now notice it goes down in little increments, and I'm fine with that. Like, it has a float that floats, but it like gives every 10 ohm resistance for the fill level. But I'll tell you what, man, this is so much nicer. Oops, phone dropped. This is so much nicer than not having them. And yes, the way that you tell your ballast is full is you look over the side, see if water's coming out. You have to know which pipe it's coming from, and then when it does, you're like, oh, you're full. And it's very possible that this gauge will say full and it not be shooting out water yet, because that's like kind of overfull. So that's really the way that you test it. But it's super helpful to see it go up or down when you do fill or empty, because that tells you the gauge is working, it's telling you the sender unit's working, it's telling you that it's filling the tank, the pump is working both in forward and reverse, it's telling you that there's not any holes in the tank. Like if you just start losing water all of a sudden and the tank's not on, then there's a hole in the tank or something's going on. So it is very useful. I've had this boat for 5+ years. Yeah, 4 or 5 years. And the first thing I did when I got it was I took it to Mastercraft. Now I'm not going to mention any names. Action Water Sports, Fenton, Michigan. And what they said was, okay, sure, we can put new sending units in, but it's going to cost you $200 to $250 per unit. In terms of the amount that they charge, if you look on Mastercraft's website, it's about $150 a piece for each one, plus the labor to put it in, and that's not a ton of labor, so that's fair. But here's the caveat. We can't guarantee that it'll work if we replace the sending unit for $200 or $250. So I'm like, well, wait, I'm gonna be $750 into this for 3 tanks and it might not work. Yeah, I don't really want to take that chance. How about you just do the fuel tank? And I'm not sure if the fuel tank was running or not. I think they just had to hook that one up. It wasn't something they fixed. But I did get that one fixed. All the other ones, I just haven't used until today. And I've got like 4 cash offers for the boat. So now that they're fixed, I'm going to sell the boat. Kind of stinks. The other thing I've noticed, and again, 2 different Mastercraft dealerships, one in Coconut Lake, Pennsylvania, other one Fenton. It's been to Fenton 5-6 times. I've been there multiple times for the alternator because the batteries will drain. And it's like, what's going on? What's going on with the alternator? Like, they're like, oh, your alternator's underpowered. You need a new alternator. And so I've done that all this time. And then I've never personally really checked it because, like, I'm paying people to do it. Why would I do it? My solution is I carry 3 full-size batteries in this that have full-size chargers. Every time the boat's not in the water, it's being charged. Or if it's on the dock, it's being charged. So that's the way I've dealt with it. Today, I actually looked up through online, like, Inmar 2005 engine wiring diagram, alternator wiring diagram. And mostly, and that sucks, by the way, mostly I found everything but the alternator from Inmar. So I found the ECM relay, and I found the fuel pump relay, and then by osmosis I knew what the other relay was, and I was able to make sure the wiring went from there. But then if you look at GM, because this is actually a Cadillac 6.0 engine from 2005. So what other cars would that be in? That would be in the big Sierra, Silverados, also in the Escalades. So by default, I always say it's an 05 Escalade, and it usually comes up with the right stuff. So I looked up the wiring for the Escalade. Well, the 2 wires that were going to turn the alternator on were in 2 of the 4 positions, and they were both wrong. So I did a lot of troubleshooting. I'm an electrical engineer by trade, BSEE from Michigan Tech. So I did the troubleshooting. I figured out where they went. I got the pins and put it in each one until it actually worked. And then there was other issues, like you would unplug it and then you couldn't turn the boat off. Like, just crazy wiring around this alternator. No wonder nobody's ever fixed it. But anyway, I finally got it to work. Everything else keeps working now, so it's awesome. It's charging. Now I'm confident next time I go on the lake, I won't get a low voltage alarm. Batteries will charge. I can listen to the radio full blast and be much, much happier on the lake. Again, one of these things I wish I would have fixed. But my question is, how come it's been to Action Water Sports 4 times? They charged me $350 for a new alternator because mine wasn't big enough. And it's been to Coconut Lake, Pennsylvania. They couldn't fix the alternator. And they weren't even wise enough, I guess is the nice way to put it, to check there's only 4 wires that go to this alternator. 2 are power and ground, so that's really easy. They're big, huge red and black wires. And the other 2, I guess, just didn't cross their mind to check it when they're doing a full diagnosis. When you go to Action Water Sports Fenton, they'll do a full diagnosis of your boat for a couple $100. This didn't come up, or they didn't understand how to fix it. But yet they will sell you a heavy duty $350 alternator and put it in with the wrong wiring. I mean, just carry forth the wrong wiring, so whatever. Anyway, I'm done venting. I've got an alternator that works. It's nice to see the volt gauge up high. I have 3 ballast tank that works now, so all my gauges on my dashboard now are fully operational, and it's nice to see that. And if the boat doesn't sell this week, I'm going to be putting in a new dashboard anyway. So it doesn't matter if these gauges work, because I'm crazy like that. If you need any help, I am an expert now with the Mastercraft X-Star. I think this is the 3rd generation. From 04 until 2011-12. So if you have any questions on any part of this boat, I got it. Hit me up. Cheers.